Well, 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 well. Well, well, well. Well, 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 well. That's Clockwork Orange. Wellity, wellity, wellity. That's The Simpsons. Well, well, well. That's WWF Aggression on the PlayStation 1, on the PSX, I guess it was called. Paul Bearer. Well. If it isn't, it isn't. So, it just... the point I was going to make... Let me start off. Let me preface. Let me preface this by saying I'm going to be titling the video like recovering from surgery or something like that. Just for the clickbaitedness of it all, because people would be like, "What? Ewan? That was supposed to be, Ewan is recovering from surgery. Oh my god, he didn't even mention it because he doesn't put his business out there on the internet, his own personal business. Well, he does sometimes, but usually like his own. He doesn't. I don't advertise the things I'm doing." So if I did have surgery, like, you know, I'd mentioned the vasectomy, but I wasn't like... The point is, I'm going to be titling it Recovering from Surgery, just because I had a very minor dental procedure, not even surgery, just some dental work done that I needed done. Because I had like an infection in my tooth and it hurt a lot. I was in immense pain for a little while, which has happened before, and I left it far too long to fester and get worse and worse and worse until eventually I was in unimaginable, unbearable pain. This was years ago when it happened before. And then eventually, I didn't even phone the dentist. I phoned fucking 111, the non-emergency number here in the UK. Told them what was going on and that I'd already taken more painkillers than I should have. And I was in immense pain. Please help me. And they made some appointments, some emergency appointments to see dentists and things, and it all got taken care of, and it was fine within 20 hours of me calling them. I was fine, and that's all it took. But it was because the problem was that I kept hoping beyond hope that it would just get better on its own. If I just kept taking painkillers just to deal with the aches and pains, then eventually it will wear out like anything. Any sort of, you know, maybe not like serious injury, but whatever. You get like an illness or, you know, just toothache in general. You deal with it and then it goes away. So I'd hoped that would be the case. But it didn't, and it got worse and worse and horribly, impossibly worse. To the point where I was cycling to the hospital at 3 a.m, gritting my teeth, going all the way there for about 45 minutes because I was just in so much pain. And this was after speaking to the 111 people. They said, if you can, get to a hospital, get some painkillers and blah, blah, blah. So I let it get far worse than I needed to, than I should have. I should have just fucking dealt with it. But I don't know, because there was a period of time where I didn't take care of my teeth at all, through it being just when I was very young and my mum was sick, and it was basically, you know, my mum took care of me as best she could, fed me, clothed me, but in terms of like my own cleanliness, that was my responsibility. I was old enough that I should have been. I was past the age of like 10, So I should have been all over that, like taking care of myself. My mum had shown me how. I knew what I should be doing, but I just didn't. Yeah, you can blame trauma and early depression and whatever. You can blame laziness. I didn't take good care of my teeth for quite a while at a very young age. And the problem with teeth is that if you don't take care of them, they're fucked. Because it's not like, oh, you know, like if you get really fat, somewhere down the line, you can lose weight. It might be difficult, but you can lose weight. Certain things in the body can be fixed at a later date. But teeth, once they're fucked, they're fucked. You can get new ones, you can get caps, you can get, you know, this and that. But the teeth themselves, once they're fucked, they are fucked, and there's no real going back, which is a lesson I learned the hard way. So my teeth are in pretty dire condition, and in my later years, I haven't really done much to help that. I have a very sweet tooth, naturally, and I don't take as good care of myself as I ought to. Oh, but I'm depressed and anxious all the time, and it's difficult to make phone calls to see people. It's hard for me to leave the house, which it legitimately is. So, you know, I have excuses. Ultimately, it's down to me. It's my responsibility, and I've not done a good job with it. And that's my cross to bear. Point being, I had another sort of flare-up of infection, which didn't feel in general as bad as that one from years and years ago. Just a few aches and mild pains over the course of a couple of weeks or so, which I was able to deal with painkillers. And then it went away for about a week and a half. It was completely gone, so I figured, hey, cool, it's better. And then suddenly it wasn't better. And it got much worse until I was in just fucking agony a couple of nights ago, as of recording this. And so I did actually, before I had one bad night of serious, like, searing pain. Still wasn't quite as bad as I had dealt with before, but it was pretty bad. And then I phoned the dentist and I said, please help me, please, God fucking help me. And they did, and it was sorted out. I was in and out of the dentist's within 20 minutes. The dentist I go to is not even 2 minutes away. It's literally round the corner from my house. So I've no excuse not to go there regularly, really. Other than the fact that I don't want to. And yeah, I was in there and out again. They filed some shit, drilled a bit, cleaned some shit out, put a dressing on there, and I was good to go. And then I've got some antibiotics to clear out the infection. And, you know, I talk a big game. Oh, stay filthy, dirt life, live like a fucking rat, be filthy all the time. I talk a big game, but I also walk the talk. I walk the talk that I actually am filthy and don't take care of myself. Because why would I? I don't enjoy being alive. Why am I going to take care of myself to fucking prolong that life? At best, it's at least try to be comfortable while I'm here. That's the sort of thing I strive for. Do I want to keep going to the dentist and actually properly take care of myself? No, because that doesn't make me comfortable. And then when I become uncomfortable and have to go to the dentist, fine, I'll go to the dentist. This is just me excusing my laziness. And there's so many things I need to sort out in my life, but I'm just... You know. A lot of days I find it difficult to get out of bed and keep myself dressed. Do you know how many times I've contemplated just pissing the bed just because I'm fucking sick of it all? I don't want to move. I don't want to exist. I just want to lay in bed, piss myself, shit myself, cough and bleed and die and just be done with it. Say fuck it. I don't fucking care. That was not my intention for this. I didn't mean to even talk about... the only thing I was going to say was... I haven't actually had surgery. I just went to the dentist. And that was it. That was the whole... That was the thing. The point I was... So if you click on the video going, surgery, I'll know you and what happened... short answer is I went dentist and it wasn't even surgery. I was just... I got you, clickbaited you. What's next, you? And you're going to rickroll people. I could actually. I probably could. No one would see it coming. Like jizzing on my grandma in the dark. She just didn't see it coming. Zombies versus robots. It's back. It's kind of back. These are the same comic. They both have the same interiors. But I bought them both because it's, you know, variant covers and shit. That was pretty neat. Robot with a little zombie head there. That was pretty cool. I dig that. I like the loose, rough paintings of Asheline Woodington. From what I understand, I read the bit here, the little bit of information about what this comic is and how it came to be. In essence, was it Chris Rial and Ashley Wood made this comic, like, was it 16 years ago or something? And it was owned by IDW Publishing, who publish comics and shit. But now it's swung round, so the Chris Royal Rumble and Ashley Wood or wouldn't, they now own the rights to their work. So they put it out with Image Comics because it's creator, owned work. So they own their rights, so they can do what they want with it. Not that they couldn't do what they want with it. Previously, IDW were basically like, yeah, go ahead, make your comic, we'll publish it. If you've got Ashley Wood involved in a project, you publish it because he's fucking good. But then they I guess they're re-putting it out in 4 parts, I think, and they've added a few bits. See, because I got this years ago. This was in the height of my zombie, I was going to say fetish. It wasn't a fetish, just very, very much interested in zombies as a subject and such. And a zombie comic came out called Zombies vs. Robots. I had The Walking Dead. I had some other little shitty zombie comics. And then I saw Zombies vs. Robots and Ashley Wood, and I was like, oh shit, that's that fucking guy I've just recently learned about and really like his artwork. And there's a comic. And I got this like jumbo-sized hardback edition of the comic, which is really, really cool, frankly. I'd love to put out an edition like this of Gun Viking. Fuck, I might actually be able to do that. I might be able to get a super-sized, even if it's just one issue, or just like, I could do like an art book of Gun Viking, but like not too thick like this. It's not thick, average graphic novel width or depth or whatever. So I could do like 100, 120 pages of Gun Viking art and bits and pieces, supersized, which will be funny because the original artwork for Gun Viking is tiny, so it'll be blown up unnecessarily. But this is really, really cool. as far as a way to view comics, especially when you're interested in the artist that made them and such. It's a neat dealio. I also have this, which is Zombies vs. Robots Complete, which comprises Zombies vs. Robots to the end of that, and then Zombies vs. Robots versus Amazons, the Amazonian warriors, with the Minotaur. Meat. And it's cool. I like it. The end. And art and stuff, and that's so you know I'm into Zombies vs. Robots. So when this was shown on Instagram, I was like, oh cool, that's neat. And then I saw it in the shop, and I thought, hey, cool, get it. So they have added a few little ditties, doodads, just a couple of extra little bits here and there. But here's the thing about robots. They can be rebuilt. Zombies vs. Robots is back, and now it's all ours. Zivr, created and owned by Real and Wood. I love one of my favourite things in comics is speech bubbles with a picture in them. If it's like a skull, and Ashley Wood does that quite often for like the zombies. He'll put like a skull or a picture of a brain or like a tin of beans or something. So that's a chicken with a knife in it. I like that. And then it's just the first bit of the comic, which is nothing new, but it's a good enjoyable comic. I like the artwork, I like how it's made, I like how it's presented, I like the texture, I like the colours, the limited palettes and such. And so it begins, and that's the end of chapter 1. And then this is quite cool. I actually looked through this and read it. It's like a bonus strip. The point being, the robots are at war with more than just zombies, gentle reader. But even the newly built robot army might not be enough to save humanity, as you'll see in Circuits of Death. So it's like a continuation of the Zombies vs. Robots world. And this is quite a neat little strip here, where this fighter plane goes down, and the pilot and the robot co-pilot are all fucked up on the ground. And the robot's saying, I've got to kill everything, let's kill everything. And then the pilot's like, okay, let me recalibrate your circuits and fix your legs up. And then they recalibrate the circuits, and the robot wakes up and is like, oh, turns out actually now I don't want to continue the violence and kill everything. And the pilot's like, good on you. That was my plan, to rewire you to make you not kill everything. And then, spoilers, if you're into this, the robot had sneakily injected hallucinogen and, I don't know, some sleep or a poison that's killed the pilot, and then woken up and gone, basically told the pilot what they wanted to hear before they died, that they're going to try and create a peaceful world. But then, once the pilot's dead, is like, your final thoughts deserve to be of a society swearing off war. My programming, however, demands that I now go kill every motherfucker I see. Wind blows like hell and sighs, and the war continues. And this is quite cool, just a little like, watch out for their new Reels and Woods Publishing logo with Image Comics characters that they've got coming out. And then this is like a fake history of the comic, which is quite cool, just about like them in the past as teenagers shopping the comic around to like newspapers and stuff, and nobody liking it, and then Will Eisner is involved, and then this is the true history of it, or just of this version of the comic. Issue 2 will be out soon, so that'll be good. But yeah, I think it's really neat. Personally, I'm looking forward to this section of each issue, so I'll be keeping my eye out for that. It's just another little bonus bit of Ashley Wood zombie robot content, which I'm glad about because I like it. I like that shit. So that's pretty neat. I don't really have much to say or talk about this week. I've considered it an off week. That's what I was going to say. There was almost not going to be a podcast this week if I wasn't able to get to the dentist and my pain had continued in the vein it was going. I was going to have not a podcast this week. So I have, in essence, taken the week off in terms of doing things and having things to talk about. Which it's not completely alien for me to be sitting here going, I don't know what to talk about. I've got nothing. I don't have anything going on. Derpy. You know, that happens from time to time. But this week especially, it was almost going to be flat out no podcast because I'm not feeling well. So as a result of that, I'm drawing the Hulk just because I like the Hulk. It's been a while since I've drawn him. I might even hit up Jim Rugg and be like, yo, hit me up for a variant cover for your Hulk Grand Design comic, which has just come out, which looks quite good, especially in terms of like production, like in terms of making comics, it looks good. But as I've always stated, my love for the Hulk does not derive from the comics or the stories told about him. I've have very little interest and have found very little to be interested in terms of the comics and the stories. I like the character. I like who he is, what he is physically. I like drawing him. But in terms of reading stories about him, I find them all fairly bland. Even when it's like the new Ryan Ottley one, they are doing something different with it, and they've put a new spin on like Banner's relationship to the Hulk and this and that. But I don't have it in me to really bother reading it all and whatever. I got the first issue, and past that I was just like, keep doing it, keep doing your thing. I'll probably buy the collected edition, the trade paperback when that inevitably rolls around when they finish putting out the individual issues. But that will be just to look at the drawings of the Hulk, because I like those. I like Ryan Ottley's artwork. I like the Hulk. What's not to love about that? So Jim Rugg of Cartoonist Kayfabe, they liked Gun Viking. Which I'm pretty sure I'm going to use on a future edition of Gun Viking. It'll say Cartoonist Kayfabe. It'll be like a picture of Gun Viking, and then let's be the front cover of the book, and there'll be like picture of Gun Viking's face, and it'll be like Cartoonist Kayfabe, we like Gun Viking. And that is like the quote that I pull from, the little bit they looked at it, right at the end of them looking at it. They said, because I sent them a copy, they said, yeah, we like Gun Viking. So I'll have that as a quote, and it will be like, Gun Viking book 2. So that would be like big bold lettering, Q Q Q, and a gun. Definitely, it may not be that drastic, but I'm almost certainly going to use that quote, because why not? I don't know if I need permission to use a quote like that, but I shouldn't imagine I do, because they said it on their video, and all I'm doing is quoting a video. And it's not like Gun Viking's going to be in stores or anything. It's only sold like through me online. So, and ultimately, fuck them. Fucking fuck them. They're independent cartoonists. They know what it's about. They know if I go quoting them on my book, it's just fucking help me out, guys, yeah? Let me fucking quote yous in my book in order to sell more copies. Which, I mean, I say I'll put the quote on my book and then sell more copies. I mean, I probably won't sell more copies because the quote's on my book. It will just be that the quote is on my book, and that's cool to have because the amount of copies I sell will probably be as many as I would normally sell because I sell them through myself and my store online, not through an actual shop. So it probably won't really affect it. Anyway, I'm drawing the Hulk. Grand Designs. Looks cool. Jim Rugg is a very good, talented artist, very competent cartoonist. I don't personally. This is very much a personal taste thing. Maybe I just haven't seen enough of his work, but I feel like he doesn't have much of a standout style, but that's almost to his benefit in that he can draw pretty much whatever he needs to for the project he's working on. And they all have their own sort of look to them, which is, like I say, that's probably a good thing, a benefit. But in terms of like the reason I buy comics is like I'll buy Ryan Ottley's Hulk because I want to see Ryan Ottley's drawings of the Hulk. Whereas, and I flipped through the first issue of Hulk Grand Design today when I was buying the Zombies versus Robots comic. And it's Jim Rugg imitating other previous Hulk art, which is kind of the point. Some of it is his own, but it's like interspersed with whatever. And it's not... Ultimately, the artwork in Hulk Grand Designs isn't particularly to my tastes. But that's completely just a me thing. Me. I'm the important one. Notwithstanding, if Jim Rugg did want to hit me up for a variant cover, you know, he's done his own because he does ballpoint drawings as well, and you know, very, very, very good ones. But you know, some of us, that's sort of our thing, isn't it? So he should really get at me for that. And I don't even care about, like, as a job, you know, if I could get in touch with him, I'd talk to him about it, about pay for the thing. But ultimately, it would just be a cool thing to have, something else for my library, for my portfolio. And a bunch of other artists have provided those variant covers for Jim Rugg's Incredible Hulk Grand Design. So if I could have some work alongside those, wouldn't that be cool? But ultimately, I don't expect that to happen. It would just be fun if it did. But I'm drawing the Hulk not for that reason, but that'll just be a little extra something, you know? I always just, you know, I draw the Hulk. The Hulk's Hulk's my dad. Of course I'm drawing the Hulk. Big Daddy Hulk. Father Hulkinson. Hulky Hulk, get that bulk. Suck my Hulk. Choke on my Hulk, baby. Yeah, that's it. Spit on it. Fucking gag on that shit. Get that Hulk down your fucking throat, you whore. Oh. Purples and greens, of course. I'm doing like purple light coming from this way and the underneath of him. I'll do like purple smoke because I can't be fucked to draw the feet. You can see I've sort of started drawing the feet, but I probably will cover them up because fuck it. some like tatters of his clothing here. This is one of those drawings that I started drawing it and I was like, oh cool, I could easily get this done during the an episode of the podcast. And I start doing it and I'm like, oh no, this is going to take fucking hours. God damn it. Which maybe it should. A good drawing shouldn't necessarily... Well, no. Good drawings can take fucking minutes or less to draw. Quality of a drawing isn't determined by the time taken to produce it. But if you're going for something in particular, chances are the time taken will show in the resulting image that you produce. Like if you don't spend a certain amount of time and energy on a piece that you could have, it might show and might affect the quality therein. Or some shit. Yeah. Let's go this slightly lighter purple. See if we can wiggle that in there a little bit. Do 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 do. In other news, the Butt Book, as of recording this, which is right at the end of March, the Butt Book is being sent to the printers. It probably won't be printed for another week or so, and then it might be another week or so on top of that until I get it back and can start showing it off and selling it and such. But it's exciting. It's an exciting time. The first book of 2022, Butt-Vember. I wasn't originally planning on doing just a solid Butt-Vember book, but after a little bit of thought and collecting images, I realised I've got a shitload of butt drawings. It's 112 pages total, plus the covers. And it starts off with... I'll do a video about it once I've got it. I'll show it off in video form, but I can tell you now, I guess. It starts off with just... it starts with a few pencil sketches of butts and things before talking about the whole 4-colour ballpoint pen and then getting into the ballpoint butt drawings. Starting off with sketchbook pages full of them, and then, seeing the progression of drawings and the progression of Butt-Vember as an idea, as an annual tradition that it now is, how that came about. Because it started as just drawing bums for funds. Then Inktober was just about done with, and I was like, do you know what? There's enough of these Inktober fucking clones around. Why don't I be hilarious and make my own, but with butts, and call it Butt-Tober? But October's almost over. The next month coming is November, so Butt-Vember. I guess that'll do. Fuck it, whatever. Like, I give a shit. And it sort of stuck. And this is all described in the book. There's a few words in the book, a couple of bits of writing, just to give context and information and such. But for the most part, it's just pages and pages and pages of cool drawings of cool butts, which is all very good. We like it. We like that shit, don't we? Yeah, we do. And it'll be a good book to have and to hold. I'm excited to get it. You get that with any thing you do, any self-published project I've put out. The most exciting part is just getting the fucking books back. Opening that first box and seeing the front cover looking up at you and pulling it out. And then another one and just going like, I've got so many copies of this book that I made. That's good. That's a good feeling. And you get to take pictures, upload them to Instagram, show it off. Start taking orders, get other people excited about it. It's good times, man. It's good times. looking forward to it. The next book I'm hoping to have out very shortly after this one is the next issue of Gun Viking, which I've still got quite a bit to do. I haven't done any of that lately for various reasons. But it is in the works and will be coming out soon. And that will be, hopefully, if all goes to plan, that will be released along with a print version of issue 4, which I know quite a few people were after. So that'll be a very limited run of those, but they will be there for thems that wants it. So that'll be cool to do. And then it will be, by that time, I can get on to collecting the first 4 months of 2020's artwork into a book, which I've been putting everything into a folder on my laptop. Everything I've made and drawn and painted this year so far, I've scanned and put into a folder on my computer, and that'll all be getting shuffled around into a book and printed up very, very soon. And then there'll be a black and white. I was going to say ballpoint. It is a lot of ballpoint drawings in it, but it's just going to be black and white art drawings, because there'll be other ink and mark pen drawings and stuff in there as well. That'll be a little cheaper, fun little book. And then another full colour ballpoint art book. I know I've spoken about all this before already, but I'm excited to be having books coming out and shit. Like, yeah, I don't want to fucking be alive. I don't want to exist, but if I'm going to be here, I may as well try to make some cool shit while I am. You know, try to put some things out there. Create some shit. Have people love and adore me for the things I create whilst I'm here. You can see this is taking shape. It will be a while before this will take me fucking forever to finish. NGL, not gonna lie. It just take me fucking forever to finish. Maybe I'll try to have it done today and then post it on Instagram and tag Jim Rugg so he can ignore it, or just maybe not see it, you know. Not to say he would purposely ignore it, but just because I tag him in it, it doesn't guarantee that he will see it. He might not, and he might see it and think, fuck is this shit? He might just not be into it, and that's fine too. That's his prerogative. He's perfectly within his rights to do so. It'd be a little bit shitty, but you know, it's his right to be that way. Again, in taking time off due to, I don't know, we want to call it ill health, medical reasons, me being a lazy fucking arsehole, not taking care of myself because I'm a worthless piece of shit. I'm not though, I'm amazing. Look at this drawing, this is fucking amazing. How could anybody hate the person that can create something so beautiful? I've been a bit slacking on my piano lessons, but I think it'd be cool to have little musical intros / interludes in forthcoming podcast episodes. That'd be fun, wouldn't it? A little do. If I can learn how to play fucking anything at all. You all know I've been doing well here and there with like mental health and shit. And I am trying to be better and less self-hating and more loving of myself and others. So when I talk about, depression and shit, I'm trying to steer clear of... I don't even know what I'm saying. The Red Bull's wearing off. The energy's depleting. I need speed. Somebody give me some fucking speed pills. Just get me fucking high, man. Oh, that was one thing. When I was in immense pain the other day, I have a bunch of wine that I was gifted by somebody some time ago. I have some of that left over. I don't really drink, so it wasn't like a thing. But I was in such pain that I thought, hey, I've still got some of this wine. Maybe if I drink enough of it, I'll get drunk enough that it will like numb the pain, which is a really healthy, way to be. Instead of going to the dentist and taking care of your problems, drink the pain away. What could go wrong? So I did that. I had a bunch of glasses. I sort of suffered through them because wine isn't as tasty as it looks like it should be. Wine looks like it should be delicious, like this yummy, yummy, deep red grape juice, but it's not. But I had a good few glasses, and I've never really been drunk, but I got a good taste of what that is quite quickly. I guess I'm quite a lightweight, being that I never drink. So that was fun, and it did make me think. I know I've done like not a great episode long ago of like a drunk podcast, and I say drunk because I didn't even, while I was doing it, I didn't feel that drunk, and I don't think I came across as drunk. I was drinking a few gins for that, but how I felt after drinking that wine was far more drunk than I felt after those gins for that one episode. So it might be funny, might be hilarious to do an episode where I drink loads of wine and then try and draw. And I was like, I wasn't pissed drunk, but I was stumbling around and like trying to close doors and they weren't closing, and I tried to take... I took a shower successfully, but I was like in the shower feeling like I'm going to fucking fall over, and I was giggling to myself and stuff. And I was just happy that it did somewhat numb the pain, so I was glad for that. So that could be fun. A wine drunk episode of the Ewan Sucks podcast. I call it the Ewan Sucks podcast just out of habit. Now the podcast doesn't even have a name. It's just the podcast. Oh, what's the title of your podcast? The podcast. I don't know. Who gives a shit? I don't care what it's called. It's not even a real pod. It's just a bunch of shit. I don't know. Why'd you have to label everything, man? Stop giving everything labels. Just let shit exist. Man. Fuck you. Fuck you. I at least want to get like the head of this guy done just for the thumbnail, so I can have a little something to show off for the Hulk head in the thumbnail, recovering from surgery. Recovering from or recovering after? Recovering from should work, shouldn't it? Recovering after surgery, recovering from surgery. I don't know, I'll figure that out. I don't expect it to bring in more viewers, but for the viewers I do have, it should at least give them a little something to be like, oh, surgery? But that's serious. And then they hear it and go, oh, well, look at that. Ewan fucking fed us his lies again, as he is wont to do, when actually nothing serious was going on whatsoever. Fucking Ewan, what a prick.